What's up, board fam? Eric here. And is Gary Nerdrotic covering up drama that could hurt his channel and hurt his brand? Is he actively keeping information from us and from his viewers, from his supporters, in order to make himself look better in this situation, in order to make Chrissy look better in this situation, in order to hide all of it? We've got a clip. This is from Monday. It's from the 18th. So it's this week. This week he talked about it. Again, we are now in week 2 of Gary saying he's never going to talk about this again, but realizing that when people super chat, if you ignore the super chats, if you ignore them, then you just become Chrissy Mayer. You just become the person that you've criticized, which means you don't run the show. The chat is king. This is what they've said. You guys out there, you've heard them say this. The chat is king when it comes to FNT, Geeks and Gamers, all these other channels. And so when somebody super chats something, he's got to talk about it. Now, me personally, if somebody super chats something, unless it's going to get me in trouble with YouTube, if I look at it and I go, if I pull this up on screen, it could possibly get me in trouble with YouTube. Unless that is the issue that I see with the super chat, I'm just going to respond to the super chat. You guys know, if you've been in my show, if I get a super chat, even if I don't agree with that person, as long as it's not violating any YouTube's terms of service, it's going to come up on the screen. I'm going to talk about it. Here we go. Gary's going to talk about this drama with Chrissy Mayer, making things even worse. I'm telling you, it's not going away. This is not going away. As long as Chrissy Mayer continues to walk away from this without any sort of accountability from the people that she's associated with, she is going to be a controversial subject within the FNT community. So either she never comes back to FNT, and eventually the FNT viewers pick their sides and decide what they're going to do, or she comes back and all of this starts again. Pick your battle.
For 20 says, last week I compared you guys to rats. I don't want to add to the negativity to the world, regardless of how right I think my side is. I apologize for what I said and ask forgiveness. It's all good, man. You say what you say. People get caught up. It's fine. I think the whole fact of the matter is, if you're going to be...
Well, I mean, you can't afford to tell people to fuck off. Not in this situation. You can't do that because you guys have put yourself in a spot where you have to keep the narrative going. This is the problem when you run a channel full of deception and lies. When you base your entire personality and your channel and your content on deception and lies and free speech and anti-censorship and all of that stuff, you can't afford to do that. These are the people that are coming to your show and sending you money. And because money is the primary fuel in your engine, you can't afford to not have people come on and say whatever they want to say. Also, there's the censorship aspect of it. Are you going to censor them? Are you going to not read their super chats? Come on, please be serious.
In content creation, you better grow some thick skin.
Oh,
and that's awesome that you know, if you want to change your mind on it, like it's okay to be mad at me for something, even if we don't know all the details, because I can't expect you to know all the details because I'm not going to talk about them.
Oh, so you're not going to talk about them? Isn't this like the 4th time that you talked about this in the last 8 days? Interesting. So you got to have thick skin, but apparently not thick enough to have Chrissy Mayer on your show. Which, by the way, is all of this worth it? Is it? Is all of this worth it to have to deal with Chrissy Mayer's bullshit instead of simply having her on the show or having her on a stream with you? It doesn't even have to be FNT. Let's be clear here. If you really wanted to clear the air on this and not make it look like a cover-up, which is essentially what this is at this point, if you really wanted to do that, you would just have her on a stream with you and you guys would talk about it. You would lay everything out on the table. Have a very casual casual, friendly conversation with each other and let people in the chat chime in. It really is that easy. But you're saying, no, we're not going to do that. I, Nerdrotic, am going to continue to accept your super chats talking about this, but never really answer your question about it. And not let Chrissy Mayer back on the show to defend herself. I wonder if there's more stuff here going on that you're not going to talk about. Let's see what you have to say.
I'm at a supreme, severe disadvantage because I don't talk about that shit and won't.
So you're at a disadvantage because you won't clear the air on this. Let's think about this for a second, fam. He knows that all he has to do is answer things honestly. This is it. He's talked about it many times. The people in his circle have talked about this many times. All you have to do is answer these things honestly, and if you're being honest about them, and we'll move on from it. Continuously saying that you know something is going on and you have details you're not going to talk about from behind the scenes, no matter how many times Chrissy Mayer misses F&T, no matter how many times she goes live and makes it worse, no matter how many times your viewers are telling you, hey, we want you to fix this. Whether they like Chrissy or don't like Chrissy, they want you to fix it. You continuously play this cancel culture shit that you accuse everybody else of doing. That's essentially it. You're doing everything, and I talked about this in my previous video. You are becoming everything that you hate in this moment. You're handling this the wrong way, Gary. You're handling it the wrong way. The correct way to do it, if you're asking me, and I feel like you would be because you're very aware of my channel, if you're asking me the correct way to handle this is just be honest with your viewers. Just tell them the truth. Tell them what you think about it, honestly, whether you believe Chrissy or you don't believe Chrissy, and tell them why you had Chrissy sit out. None of this like, oh, she's in timeout, she's taking some time away. Tell them why she is sitting out. Because right now, the only thing we can take from this is that you have found Chrissy to be too problematic, so you have removed her from the FNT platform, a platform that you gave her. You have removed her from that, and people are like, why is she gone? Do you side with her? Do you not side with her? And you're just keeping your mouth fucking shut about it. That is not the right way to handle this. It's just not. You're going to find out the hard way. Viewers will let you know.
The whole point. Joey Bag of Donuts for $4.99. F. Chrissy, she added nothing outside of impression, savvy, or Vera. Should be much better replacements. At least they watch stuff. Hail the fellowship.
He didn't answer it. This was clipped out because I'm guessing he didn't give an answer that was a direct response to that. Typically, these clip channels, if it's something that's interesting, they'll leave it in there. It's clipped out, so it was just a super chat he read because somebody tipped him and gave nothing on that. Let's run that back one more time from the start.
Savvy or Vera should be much better replacements. At least they watch stuff. Hail the fellowship.
So that tells me from that super chat, whether he gives a response or not, the people that are watching them want people that are actually engaging with the stuff they're talking about. Look, I can't stand these channels. I can't. I think they're a net negative to the community. I will stand by that. That's a hill that I'm totally willing to fight on. I just don't think they offer any real benefit to positive discourse about media. I do not believe that. We all know this. I've discussed this many, many, many times. But you have someone in your community that's saying, hey, you have someone on your show that is problematic, but also doesn't watch any of the stuff that we're talking about. So all she's doing is sitting around taking up space on your panel and adding nothing of real value. You want me to explain to you what value Chrissy Mayer adds to the panel? It's a very easy transaction for these guys. It's a validation thing because they have a woman around. They have a woman on their panel so they can say, oh, look, we have no problem with women. We've got women on our panel. We got Chrissy. We got X-Ray Girl. We got two women. Well, we got rid of Nina. She doesn't come on anymore. Melanie Mack's no longer allowed on our show, but we still got two. Oh, wait, no. Nope. We got one. We got X-Ray Girl. because the women are expendable. When you have someone like Ryan Kennel or someone like Az or any of the other many controversies that have happened around FNT, they support their boys. Whether I agree with it or not, I think most of these guys are pieces of shit. Whether I agree with it or not, they support their guys. But when a woman gets involved with some sort of controversy, oh, there we go. We can just let her go. No problem whatsoever. Let her go. She is easily replaceable. We can get rid of her. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Out of here. But while she's there, her only purpose on the panel is to serve as a token for these guys. Whether Chrissy wants to admit being a token or not, she's there providing nothing important to the conversation as a woman sitting there being quiet at a panel full of men who makes a random occasional joke here and there. That is literally a tokenization of her on the panel. That's what she is. And I think it's interesting that one of your super chats here said that they don't want that on FNT.
Matheson for $5. I know it's a difficult decision, but I don't think Chrissy adds much to the show. Half the time, she doesn't even watch or understand the subject.
Again, a second super chat where a viewer is expressing that they want people on the show that actually watch the stuff. Now, to be fair, we know that a lot of these guys don't. I would say at least 50% of FNT, I'd have to go and look at each panel each week, but at least 50% of FNT presumably doesn't watch this stuff. But I guess they do a better job of pretending.
The North for 50 Canadian pesos. I can't believe you left Chrissy off the show. She didn't do anything wrong. I hope you have all stuck together like friends. If you're not going to stand with her, I'm not going to watch you. You are not the guys I thought you were. With the drama, I have my method of dealing with drama. This isn't,
which is not addressing it, like ignoring it. That's what you've shown the people on your channel. You've shown your viewers that you're chicken shit when it comes to like keeping your own house clean. Right? That's what you've shown them. Your method is, I don't talk about it. I will accept your super chats about it, and I will continue to deplatform the person associated with me who is the subject of the controversy. That is your method. But please tell us what it is, because I want to hear what you think it is compared to what it actually is.
the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last time. And my method is, no matter where the fault is to not deal with it.
There you go. So in other words, he can criticize all of these studios for ignoring controversy at their doorstep. I guess it's okay for Amazon to ignore controversy. Who cares if there's black characters in Lord of the Rings? Just ignore it. Just ignore it, right? Pay no attention to it. I guess Disney, every Disney company, whether it be Star Wars or Marvel or Pixar or whatever it is, just ignore the controversy. Don't listen to anything that anyone is saying. Take their money and ignore when they complain about your business and things in your movies and TV shows. Can you imagine the platform these guys would lack? The void of space it would be if these guys never complained about Disney and Marvel and Star Wars and Star Trek and all, ignoring criticism. Can you imagine what that world would look like, fam? I think that's a great world. I think there's a great world out there. There's a reality somewhere where these guys decided that it's just okay for controversy to be ignored and for things to just keep moving along while the people who are involved with the controversy just pretend it's not happening. Pretend that the house around them is not burning down. These are the same guys that criticize Hollywood for making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision and then ignoring it, ignoring the fans. And here he is saying that that is his method. That is what Nerdrotic does. He ignores the controversy. Even when you're getting $50 super chats from people saying, I don't like how you've handled this. This is so disrespectful. And you're looking at your fans and you're going, hey, I don't care. I ignore it. That's what I do. But the minute someone comes out from Disney and starts talking about their audience, you're like, they're attacking the fans. They're attacking them because they're not paying attention to their fans' outcries. They're not paying attention to the people watching these movies and TV shows when they say they're not happy with it. And here you have right in front of you, Gary, your fans telling you, spending money to tell you that they're not happy with the way you've handled this. And your response to them is, I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm not going to do a fucking thing. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to take your super chats. And I know what I could say, and I know everything going on in the background, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to criticize Christopher Nolan and the industry for ignoring what their fans are saying to them, all while I sit on my panel and ignore what my fans are saying to me. It's like they're speaking to you, it's going in one ear, and it's going right out the other ear. This is literally hypocrisy. It's quite literally a double standard. It is tone deaf. I cannot believe that you're making it this easy for us to unpack just how much of a fucking scumbag you are. Because let's make it clear, all of these guys are liars. They've all lied about something. All of them. Chrissy Mayer, everyone on FNT. Check my receipts. They're all over my channel. But for you to get on here and literally do something that is fundamental to your criticism of Hollywood, of modern Disney, of modern Star Trek, of whatever it is, your criticism is they're not listening to the fans, they just ignore people, and they're disrespectful, and therefore they're attacking the fans. This is the process for you. Gary, you're doing it right now. You're doing that thing right now. I want to run this back so you guys can hear this. His method is to just let his fans tip him and complain about it, and he's just going to ignore it. Because right now, what Gary doesn't understand is the controversy was Chrissy Mayer. The Chrissy Mayer controversy with Melanie Mack, that was the controversy. Now it's turning into Gary is the controversy. You will not address this seriously. You will not listen to your fans. And therefore now that controversy is coming to you. We're no longer outside the door now. We are slowly entering the lobby of the building that Gary is in. The fans are slowly entering that lobby to try and talk to him, and he still doesn't understand ignoring this is not going to make it go away. This is not a good way to handle this. Let's hear him say it again, because I quite honestly can't believe that he said this out loud.
It's happened, and it won't be the last time. And my method is, no matter where the fault is to not deal with it. And not make it worse.
Oh.
And
so you think ignoring it is not making it worse? It's actually making it a lot worse, Gary. It's making it a lot worse for you. You have to be smarter than this. Like, I'm not trying to give you credit or gas you up or anything like that, but you have to be smarter than this.
It's worked very well in the past. So
this isn't the same as the past stuff, dude. It's not the same. This isn't the same. This is a massive, massive, massive campaign. It's a massive campaign. And you've got at least one or two people on FNT who are wrapped up in this now. You got Chrissy Mayer wrapped up in this. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is wrapped up in this, which, by the way, we still don't know if him being absent from FNT has anything to do with this stuff. We're still not sure about that. Well, I guess we'll see this Friday. Because if Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers shows up on FNT, they're going to get super chats to him. I saw it last week. There were super chats for him. He's going to get super chats about this. So we'll see if he shows up. Why is it that Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, who has been talking a lot about the Chrissy Mayer stuff, why is it okay for him to show up on the panel if he does, but it's not okay for Chrissy Mayer? Because technically Jeremy's involved with the controversy too, because he's been pretty open about Chrissy Mayer. I'm not going to give Jeremy too much gas on this one, but at least he's given his opinion about it. At the very least, he's given his thoughts on it. You ignoring it is not going to do you any favors.
I think patience is a virtue on this one, but it's not going to make everybody happy. And if I take some heat for it, fine.
So there you have it. There you have it. He thinks this is taking heat for it because he's decided he's not going to defend Chrissy. He's not going to throw her under the bus. He's not going to bring her on the show to defend her position. He's not going to give her any sort of platform. He's not going to give an answer to his fans. He's just not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. This is spineless behavior. This is absolute spineless behavior. It's somebody who is in the middle of something and could actually take a stance on this, could actually say something about it, and he's just not doing it. And he's telling people that are paying him money, I don't care if you're paying me money, I'll take the heat for it. I don't care. And he thinks this is going to blow over? I don't know. We're a couple days into the week already. He's getting super chats about it on his own show. Are we going to get more super chats on Friday? If Chrissy or Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers comes back on Friday, they will 100% get more super chats on it. I don't know if they'll still get super chats anyway. They probably will get a few of them. I would assume some of them still, especially if Chrissy doesn't fix this. But if Chrissy or Jeremy show up, 100%, they're going to get super chats on this. This is Nerdrotic doing the exact same thing that the foundational arguments he makes about the bigger studios, he's doing the same thing with his platform. F&T is his baby. It's his brand. And when somebody becomes too toxic for his brand, he just doesn't want to deal with the controversy. He doesn't want to handle it. He cuts them off, sends them on their way. It doesn't make a decision about it one way or the other. But he's totally okay with taking your money in the process, which is absolutely what he says about all of the major studios in Hollywood. This guy is a snake.